Oh my God. Dude. Oh, I'm in love already. Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Josh. Welcome to the channel. Today is a Project EG track day at Atlanta Motorsports Park. I'm gonna take the Atom out, see if we can get into some trouble.
This is the hour, the darkest place. Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world gone bad.
Oh, hi, I'm Walter Brown. This is my 2019 Corvette Grand Sport. I've had it for about 18 months.
This is your first sports car, is that correct?
Yeah, this is my first sports car. I've always driven trucks.
Did you always think Corvette? Did you know you wanted a Corvette?
Not until about a year before I bought it.
Okay. You've had on track a bunch.
Yeah, it's probably done 7 track days.
Was that on your mind when you bought it?
That was half of it. That and doing little charity events with it.
How's it worked out as far as a track vehicle?
I love it, but I don't really have a good point of reference.
I think just with my perspective,
yeah,
you picked a good one. Porsche is the manufacturer known for the car is track ready out of the box. The Grand Sport is track ready out of the box.
That's how I feel about it. I mean, it's stable, I feel confident in it, and it looks sexy as hell, you know? So yeah, I love it.
Excuse my appearance, but my buddy Walter here has agreed to let me drive his C7 Grand Sport out on the track. Now I did take it out once. That was back in like November-ish or something. It was a while ago, and I was having a bad day. I didn't push on it at all. Walter's already given me a ride, and the thing is pretty phenomenal in terms of its capability. And I know that when they released this, Andy Pilgrim did a 124 or something like that in a stock one. Like, it's insane. So there's no way I'm doing a 124, and it's hot, so I've got a bunch of good excuses, but I'm gonna see if we can maybe get down towards the 130 mark.
I think we will.
We're gonna try. Oh, it's my buddy Jack. Hi, Jack. Have a good start, but thing's awesome. Oh, love it. I think that's the only good one we're gonna get. Might as well go in. What I would do is turn off the traction control, because you can feel it holding back power, and it doesn't teach you throttle control.
Yeah.
Because you just mash it and it just like it waits until it's ready and then it goes. I think it's making it slower too.
Yeah.
This thing is so balanced, and it's got the right amount of power, and the grip is amazing. The brakes are amazing. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Glad you liked it.
Oh man, I loved it. And I know that I wasn't close to what it could do, but I think I pushed it a bit harder this time than I did the first time I drove it.
Hey, I'm Michael Cipher, and this is my 2010 Porsche GT3. To me, this is the epitome of 911. This is my 6th one now, and 996 is great, 997 is better, the 997.2, I think, especially in the GT3 version, is a sweet spot, and I think this will be my car for as long as it can be. I think it's the perfect balance on the spectrum between old school, new school, and technology, and power, and looks, and nannies. The previous car didn't have stability control. This one does, so it's safer. And I think the 3.8 liter giving it that more torque allows you to be a little bit more forgiving, I think, on the track in terms of the rev range. It has more power down low. It's the perfect size as well. The 991, I think, is a little too big for me.
All right, so we're here in Michael's 2010 Porsche 911 GT3. This is the 997.2 GT3, is that right?
Correct.
So around 430 horsepower, rear wheel drive, narrow body, 6-speed manual. In a lot of ways, very familiar to me. You know, I'm used to being in a 997, but the seat feels way more supportive. Even though it's not like the single piece bucket, it's still different from mine. There's a fire extinguisher in between my legs, Alcantara on the wheel, and the shifter just feels more precise, like right out of the gate. I noticed that kind of the first thing. And the clutch is really easy to modulate. Mine is a 2009, so it's a .1.5 basically.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of the unicorn turbo, because it had the upgraded dash. But although yours is slightly different than mine.
Yeah, and I did all the metal.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, and you've got a business that does custom stuff for this generation of 911, right?
Yep. Metal interiors, all the different metal, copper, nickel, bronze, whatever you want, or like this Cipher vehicle design.
Cipher, and then we'll put a link in the description so people can come check it out.
But yeah, this should be very similar to yours. You have the updated dash too, right?
Correct. Yeah.
You have the best one ever made.
Basically. But I feel like this would be a car better suited for my use case.
Yeah. No, this is a fantastic car. I think the perfect garage would probably be yours and this one.
Yeah.
Macan.
Right. What is the weight on this one, do you know?
It's similar to all the other ones, around 3,000, 3,100.
Okay.
I've done muffler deletes, and so that's 40-some pounds.
Okay. Have you always been a Porsche guy?
Yes. My parents had one when I was really young.
Oh, cool.
996 Carrera Tiptronic, and I would just stare at it out the window all day. I would draw it.
Yeah.
And I just thought, one day I'll be able to buy one myself.
And here you are. Congratulations.
I'd probably be a McLaren guy if I could afford it.
They break a lot more. Oh my God. Dude. I'm in love already. One little pull. Oh, oh, it's so good. You can just tell. Oh my God, I love it. The brake pedal feels great. Dude, this thing, oh my God.
It's the one.
It sounds so good too.
It is the bypass pipes of one brand and the valves of another.
Aha.
To me, it's the perfect combination.
It sounds amazing. I doubt the mic is going to do it any justice, but oh, oh.
Tingles, huh?
And you know, I've learned that I don't really want any more power. Like it's pointless.
400's a sweet spot.
Just the throttle response is so good, but the delivery of the power is like buttery smooth, and the steering is so communicative. You can tell exactly what the tires are doing. Oh, I'm embarrassed to be enjoying it as much as I am on camera. Like I feel like I should be having a private moment right now.
There's a few things in life that give you that feeling.
Yeah. Oh.
I'll tell you, as a passenger, I'm getting it.
Nice. The sensations, I mean, that's really what stands out. Is it's not uncomfortable at all. It's very comfortable. It doesn't beat you up. And you're getting all of this detailed feedback from all of the systems. The tires, you know, the steering, the shifter, like everything feels like it was very carefully crafted and tuned to provide you with this excellent driving experience. And it feels very analog, even though it's got some electronic helpers if you need them. I love this thing. I'll say this is exactly what I was hoping it would be. I was hoping it would be like mine, but just a little sharper with a more linear power band and better shifter feel. It's exactly what it is. I mentioned it, but it's easy to gloss over stuff that you don't notice, but the brakes feel phenomenal, and the chassis and suspension, super confidence inspiring. You feel a lot. You can tell what the road is doing, and it's not like soaking everything up completely, but it doesn't get unsettled in the bumps at all. And we haven't been going that fast, but like I said, this just makes me want to go as fast as I can possibly go. And there are cars that you get in and they don't do that for you, right? They kind of indicate to you like, hey, you're maybe pushing me a little beyond what I was built for, and you're like, all right, even if we could go faster, I don't want to. This thing is telling me, dude, we're at 70% right now. We could go way faster than this. And that's an awesome, awesome feeling. I do like my turbo noises. I've got like an intake and an exhaust and a tune on it. For where I'm at right now, and I've had mine for a few years, I would rather have this car. Man, I love this thing.
Yeah, every day, no matter how bad my day is, or even how good, when I get in this thing, I forget about everything.
Well said, well said. Dude, thanks again. I appreciate it. Oh my God. So good.
And I learned something too watching you drive.
Right on.
You're a pro.
Not quite, but I'm learning. I'm having fun in the process too. Thank you again. I really appreciate it.
Cool.
Dude. Oh man. That was so good.
It was good for me too.
Here you go.
I don't smoke, but I probably need a cigarette.
Yeah. Oh man, I just had an excellent experience today. Let's start with the C7 Grand Sport. Used to be a dream car of mine. It was a car that I really lusted after. It was probably right when they came out. To me, that seemed like the perfect car, right? A sports car that has a lot of practicality and is also track capable. I really wanted one, and I thought it was cool that, you know, it's basically a Z06, but with the base Stingray engine. The Z06, you know, has more power than you need. It's the kind of car that can be really scary, and you always have to be on guard with it, and very rarely can you use all 650 horsepower. And a lot of people say that the chassis just isn't really built to accommodate that much power, whereas the Grand Sport with 460 horsepower, which is a lot of power, feels perfect for that chassis. And having driven one, I agree with that sentiment. So, you know, brakes, grip, power, handling, it was all really good, but there was something about it that felt a little off to me. And I think what it was is that even on the main track setting, so the default track setting, there's still a lot of intervention from traction control and stability control, and that ends up making it feel like the car isn't always responding to your inputs, and then you can't really learn like how to apply the throttle properly because the car is just really aggressive about intervening with traction control. I suspect if I dialed back the track mode a little bit, then I would find myself in a sweeter spot. So no knock against the Corvette, but that GT3 is basically the perfect car to me. It's something that you could be comfortable driving on the street every day. Michael drives his all the time. It's got a bunch of miles on it, but you take it on the track and it just feels at home. And you know, I've gotten in some cars on the track and it feels like they're asking you to push them harder. And that 911 GT3 felt like it was asking me to push it harder. And I love that it's got a manual transmission. It felt like the perfect car, not too big, not too much tech, not too much power. You know, 420 or 430 horsepower at the crank is probably the perfect amount. And then it sounds so good. It revs out to 8,000 RPM. It's just amazing. Like the steering, the seats, the shifter, everything about it felt great. The only gripes are, for some reason, I had a hard time when I tried to heel toe downshift. Felt like the gas pedal was a little too close to the floor for me to do it properly. Probably could figure it out with practice. Also, trying to downshift a second gear from third, I think I just like pushed it too far to the left or something, but it felt like a little bulky trying to go into second. So those were the two little gripes with it, but I'm sure, you know, those can be worked around with practice. But, you know, this experience made me want a 997, 911 GT3. It made me say that is the perfect car. I don't know if that's true. There's a bunch of other stuff out there that I haven't driven yet, but for now, I'm going to say the 911 GT3 2010 or so is pretty much the sweet spot for me. Your opinion may vary, and I'd like to hear about in the comments. Want to say thank you to Sehan and Project EG for inviting me out today. I had a great time. I met a bunch of really cool people, saw some amazing cars, and of course, big thank you to Michael and to Walter for letting me drive their cars on track. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Thank you for coming along for the ride. If you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you next time.